sky at night. Take me home. Monty Road.
22nd of January, you beat Blackburn 5-1 at home. And looking at some of your scorelines, you could argue that you played gun-ho football, Dave. I guess in line to that, I spoke to my friend BFC Stats, and he tells me that 1-0 is your most common scoreline. So I don't know, what type of team would you say you were, Dave?
Well, we tried to be, we tried to be attacking. We didn't sit back, I mean, some days, and at Chelsea United, we won a few games that were tight and those because we're particularly in the top league. We weren't going to be beating Manchester United 5-1, and, and those sides, would we? We were all right. We scored in, like when we come out of the third division, Brian Dean and Tony Garner scored 63 goals between them. Do you hear me? And then in the next year when we got promoted to the top league, again, Brian Dean at about 25 and Garner at 20. So we goal scorers. Of course, that's, you don't get as many chances in the top league as you do in the lower league. So, don't surprise me that the results. But we always went for it. We didn't try and defend and hang on out for our dear life and park the bus. We always looked. We wanted to be defensively solid, but we also wanted to attack, because I think if you just sit back, you get picked off. You got to be creative to create a few problems for yourself. And as I say, we had some good days. When all of a sudden, Iggy's having a good day, and Sharon. I remember when we played Grimsby over Christmas, and he had a couple of excellent games, and Paul Vow at home, and that he was doing their ships were scoring goals. All of a sudden Barnard's weighing in with a few. On a good day, we had some good creative players.
Yeah, they wanted the ball, didn't they, Dave? And they wanted the ball in good positions.
Yeah. Well, I think when we beat Grimsby, Alan Buckley, I remember him saying to the reporters after, he thought we were the best footballing side in the league.
Ultimately finished that season fourth then, Dave, in the playoffs, which has obviously not happened since. Potentially could happen this season. 82 points, which is 2 more than Danny Wilson's promotion winning side. I don't know, you'd call that a successful season, wouldn't you, Dave?
Yeah, particularly when you think, we lost the first 2 games and then we got hammered at Ipswich, you with me?
Yeah.
If we could have got another 3 points out of them, I don't know whether that would have got us in the automatic or not, but, there was a couple of games, and we lost at home to Ipswich. It was disappointing because the home game against Ipswich, we lost 2-1, and it was one of our abject performances. Our 2 worst performances of the season was against bloody Ipswich. If we'd have beaten Ipswich at home that day, I think, or even got a draw, it might have made a difference.
Yeah, you played Trevor Francis' Birmingham City side at the first leg at St Andrews, having already lost there 3-1 that season. Obviously, that didn't happen in the playoffs. What did Barnsley get right that day?
I decided to play with 3 at the back because Birmingham was very strong and physical, and they were a very functional 4-4-2 side that Trevor Francis had got very strong, and this, that, and the other. And they beat us up when we went to Birmingham. They beat us 3-1. They beat us up. We couldn't get our football. Their players were okay, happy in the slots they were playing. And I worked out with Eric. I had a good chat because he did this week. But I played with the 3 at the back at Palace as well. I'd got my own ideas, but Eric had done it for a long time as well. So I said, "Come on, we're going to change this. We're going to give Birmingham a different question, because all of a sudden they're not going to have wingers to mark. They're going to have wing backs. So what do? And of course, what happened is it killed them. The first half, they didn't know whether they were on their arse or the head, and we're 3-0 up. You with me? Yeah. And we got Iggy playing in behind midfield and all that, and the players worked it brilliantly, and we killed them in that game. Well, that game got Trevor the sack, unfortunately. He's a good mate of mine as well,
You mentioned playing 3 at the back. Barnsley are currently playing 3 at the back, Dave. I don't know how much of the current product you take in, or if you have time. They're playing 3 at the back a minute. An opposition are often changing how they play to play against Barnsley currently. Where do you sit on that? Obviously, you've not had good results against Birmingham previously. had you had good results, you wouldn't have changed it, surely. So it's like the chicken and the egg. At what point do you decide to change tack against a team like that?
I decided when we qualified and knew we were drawing Birmingham, I thought if we go there and think that we can't, you either use your brain and you think somehow we've got to outfox them, which we did. Trevor was he said to me after, Harry, he said, that was brilliant. He said, he's a good mate of mine. He said, you've done me big time. He said, keep with me. He said, we thought you played 4-4-2. He said, we prepared for that. And all of a sudden, our players couldn't cope with it. You with me? All of a sudden, the movement, different movements, and, we had a panic up and, that was it. So, we worked on the basis that I didn't decide. I thought, if we go and playing 4-4-2, I think we'll lose because I think they'll beat us up again. So I've got to make sure that they can't make physical contact with us. So by doing with the sweeper and coming out of different plays and all that sort of situation, we worked on it for a good week before. The players responded. We explained why we were doing it, and it worked a treat.